everybody? Leroy here, back with a shaving video. This is Sunday, and need some water today. Alright, so how you guys doing today? Me, I'm a little stressed out. It's been a tough couple of days, so kind of wanted to relax and have a nice, relaxing shave today. So, word of warning, it's probably going to be a while. It's going to be a long shave. Today's gear, Kamisori, for sure. I thought I'd do something that I haven't done yet. I'm going to be bowl lathering today, but I'll be using a travel kit from the Art of Shaving Sandalwood. So I've got pre-shave oil I'm going to try, shaving cream, and the balm. I even have the brush. So this kit was given to me by my daughter for Christmas 2016. So, alright. And also there's some stuff I just kind of wanted to talk about, but I'll get into that here in a minute. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some of this pre-shave on now. I'm not very good at pre-shave, so if you guys have any tips on my technique, please let me know below. Alright, I'm going to, from what I understand, for pre-shave, you kind of put it on wet face. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Let me open it. I don't know, shake it. I always shake stuff, right? So we'll see. One thing I don't like about this is it's got a big opening. See that? So I don't like that part, but we'll see. Okay, cold water shave. So I'm going to go ahead and wet the face a bit. Nice and cold. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna try just a little. Nope, that's probably too much. Probably too much. All right, just put some water in here. Mix it with some water. Put it all over. And just kind of let it sit while I mix everything up. Right. Now the thing I don't like my hands all greasy, so I'm gonna wash them real quick. Yeah, that's not bad. But I love this scent. Oh man. Fantastic. Alright, put the lid back on. So this is one of the little travel kits that you can buy from the Art of Shaving. I think it's 40 or 60. I can't remember which one, but it's pretty cool. It comes with a little pre-shave bottle. Set this down since I'm not going to use it anymore. Little container of cream, which is pretty awesome, and post-shave balm. Now, I've never taken. Oh yeah, and it comes with a pure badger brush. Isn't it cute? Now, I've used this once before to basically face lather. Terrible. But it's very, very floppy. And I don't know. I just don't like it. Alright. I'm gonna... Alright, let me go ahead and put some cream into the bowl. And we'll just start working with lather, then I'll start talking about stuff I want to talk about today. I'm gonna shake it. Okay, it's not. Right, let's see here. A little bit more. Alright, there's probably plenty. So I got how much in there? Now I know Art of Shaving creams are really good. I mean, they basically speak for themselves, right? They are a little on the pricey side, but hey, it is what it is. But well, 25 bucks for the container, for the big one. But I think in the grand scheme of things, it's probably not that bad of a price because it's a really good cream. It does a good job. Going there, I don't have any. I should probably put a little bit of water in here, cold water. It's been soaking. So one thing I wanted to talk about was there's been a few people that have brought this up in a couple shave videos recently, and that is the ketogenic diet. I myself have been on the ketogenic diet since January 2nd officially of last year is when I officially started. A little bit of water. I've tried some other diets in the past, and by far this has been the one that I stick to the easiest. Now, you can lose weight with any diet. There's no doubt about that. What counts is calories, basically, right? Keto diet isn't anything magic, but it does have the best adherence of most of the diets. I mean, how can you not like a diet where steak and eggs is okay, or bacon and eggs? You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if you know the definition of a ketogenic diet. People call it a low-carb, high-fat diet. And in a sense, that's true. You're almost eliminating carbs, carbohydrates, and you're replacing those calories with fat. So yes, you do end up with higher fat. But what makes a ketogenic diet is you're putting your body in a state of ketosis. Your body is creating ketones to use for energy instead of sugar. Ooh, this is getting nice. Look at this. I think that's good. We're gonna go ahead and roll with this. So what happens is, just put a little bit of water in my face. Okay, so you restrict carbohydrates to a point where your body goes, oh my gosh, I'm not getting any sugar. And so your body starts producing ketones. Now, it produces ketones from fat stores, basically, you know. And it's been proven that the body actually prefers to run on ketones. It's a preferred fuel source. Now, sugar is an easy fuel source. And yes, there are some organs in the body do have to run on glucose, but your body can make that. Now, what does it take to get into a ketogenic state? Basically, you restrict your carbs, total carbs, to less than 30 grams per day. And then you up your fat to kind of compensate for the energy, because you have to get energy from somewhere. Now, a little history on the ketogenic diet. Do I need some more water? Ketogenic diet is nothing new. It's been around for, as far as I know, over 100 years. Where it got really famous, though, was in the 20s or 30s, and it lasted until the 50s, where some doctors found out that if people with epilepsy having seizures, no medication was working. They discovered that when they gave them a ketogenic diet, now this ketogenic diet was based on 5% carbs, 15% protein, and then like 80% fat. That's what they call the medical ketogenic diet. And these kids, their seizures went away. It's awesome. Now, fast forward to today, the ketogenic diet is becoming really, really popular. Movie stars are starting to say that they prefer this diet over the standard American diet. It works. It really, really works really well. But one thing that I think people miss the point is the ketogenic diet is, what causes a ketogenic diet is basically a lack of carbohydrates. Now, protein is an essential nutrient. You have to consume protein. You don't have to consume carbohydrates. Okay, that's not there's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. So, with that, a lot of ketogenic gurus, they they talk about, oh, just eat more fat, eat more fat, eat more fat, keep your protein really low, because if you have too much protein, it's going to turn into chocolate cake in your system. That doesn't happen. What they're talking about is gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis is the process of turning protein into sugar or glucose, right? And that's something that your body does naturally. Right, let me get back to my shave here real quick. I recently had a subscriber who I actually piffed him, my old CJB, after I got this. But he had a question on how to load this bad boy. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of demo that right now. I've got the blade loaded in backwards right now, just to for storage, right? So to load it, you pinch the back here together like that, and it opens it up, okay? Now, blade is facing this way. All right, pinch it together, and then just drop it in there, okay? And what I do is I squeeze the back a little bit just to make sure that the blade falls. Now when I'm done, I basically just do the reverse. Like, don't hold it, some you can hold it like this and it'll drop out, but you might damage the edge. So hold it like this, and get my fingers and just kind of pinch it apart like that, and then done. All right, let's get into this cold one shave. So, ketogenic diet. I think a lot of the famous people, that you're gonna run into or come across when you start doing research is they're kind of nicknamed butter chuggers, right? So they promote really high fat. I don't think that's the right way to go. Just coming from experience, really. All right, let me get into the shave really quick, okay? First pass with the grain. So, I first came across the ketogenic diet just doing some searches on some other stuff that I was curious about. And I came across a guy on YouTube named Dr. Berg. Really great info. A lot of free information, but at the same time, he also pushes supplements. Sometimes you have to watch out for guys that push supplements. Dr. Berg does have a lot of free information, but at the end of the day, he's looking to make some money. I didn't really fall into the trap of the high-fat stuff in the beginning. I kept on doing some research, and I came across another group called Keto Gains. Keto Gains is they're based on real world information. So they have a lot of people that do a lot of experimentation, and it's also, and they record their results. Really good information. They push well, I can't say they push, but they recommend higher protein than what a lot of other people recommend. So their whole thing is basically it's 1 gram of protein per lean pound of body weight. Not per pound of body weight, but per lean pound. And then further research, you'll find out come across some other people called, they're 2 doctors, Finney and Bullock. They do studies on performance in the ketogenic diet. Really good information. And they also stress, look, yes, fat is important, but at the same time, protein is very important too. Now, if you want to lose weight, do you want to burn the fat on your body or burn the fat on your plate? That's something that people don't think about. So that's where the higher protein comes into effect. And higher protein is not going to kick you out of ketosis. There's the thing, a lot of people, some of these groups push is peeing on sticks. They can be helpful in the beginning, just to see if you're on the right track. But you have to keep in mind that it's measuring these sticks, keto sticks, they call them. They're measuring ketones that your body's not using. You're peeing them out, okay? So if your goals are to lose fat, lose body fat, not body weight, but body fat, think about it. Do you need to put that butter in your coffee? Wouldn't you rather have a little bit more protein so that you feel full longer? This is something that I'm kind of passionate about, you know, shaving and the keto diet. And I probably didn't present this information as easy to understand as I really was hoping to, but you know, a couple other YouTubers have mentioned it, like since he shaved, since he's doing it, he's lost a lot of weight. He really has. I think 30-something pounds now. It looks fantastic. Ken, Shaving and BSing, he's actually planning to start the diet as well. He knows some people that have been really successful on it. I know some people that are very successful on it. Some guy I've been, one of the good brothers in the shaving community, I just found out last week he's on a keto diet. You know, it's really, it's a good diet. It is hard to transition to in the first week because there is something called the keto flu, and it is real. Keto diet basically is you're lacking electrolytes. So as soon as you start restricting carbohydrate, your insulin goes down. It stays down. Now what happens is, when that happens, your kidneys start flushing water. And with all that water, electrolytes get pushed out. So it's very important on the ketogenic diet to replenish those electrolytes daily. It's not an option, really. It's not, because you'll feel like crap. And a lot of people, they give up on that first week because during that first week you're kind of transitioning over, right? Your body's like, what the hell's going on here, man? You have to build, your body has to build new machines to start using fat as fuel versus sugar, and it takes time. It can't happen overnight. And you know, if you don't have the proper nutrients and electrolytes, it'll take even more time. So yeah, so I mean, from day one, start working on electrolytes. Look them up. Look up soul water. There's a lot of different ways you can replenish your electrolytes. I basically just make my own little electrolyte drink or mix with potassium and some sodium. And then I just, I just drink it throughout the day with water. something to keep in mind is, so, like I said, so my lean body mass is 130 pounds roughly. So I make sure I get at least 130 grams of protein per day. I know how many calories that I have in a day. I know how many grams of protein, fat, and carbs that I eat in a day. I track it every day. Tracking calories does suck, but you have to do it. In the beginning, maybe you don't have to track, but it's important that you start to eventually. In the beginning, maybe just switch over, start eating keto foods. Don't be afraid of meat, okay? Just the important thing is keep those carbs down. You know, I mean, it's okay to have that chicken thigh cooked in butter. It's okay. But just remember that if your goal is to eventually lose fat, once you transition over to the ketogenic diet and become fat adapted, then you can start playing with your fat levels to see how you feel. See here. Nice. There you go. So yeah, so I mean, apologies if I maybe confused you. But the ketogenic diet, I mean, I've done so much research on it. I know a lot about it, and sometimes my thoughts go faster than my mouth. So what a lot of gurus are so something else that they push is percentages. Right now, keep in mind that percentage is based on how many calories you eat a day. Okay, like I mentioned, they push the 5, 15, 80. Okay, now if you're a big guy and you're eating 4,000 calories, 5% is going to be more than 30 grams of carbs. Okay, that's something that you have to consider. So I would recommend, if you're switching to any diet and you're going to count calories, which you should, count grams, then you know. Then later, if you get into a stall and you stop losing weight, you can look, oh shoot, I think my carbs are too high. Or, oh, maybe I am eating too much fat. Because, I mean, a lot of these gurus, they push, oh, have your bulletproof coffee, which is a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of coconut oil, and maybe a tablespoon of MCT oil. That's, one coffee could have 300-400 calories in it. I mean, that's a lot of calories, and you haven't even eaten yet. Okay, I mean, okay, if you want to figure out how many calories you need per day, a good place to start is your body weight times 13. If you're super active and you lift a lot of weights and run and stuff, maybe times 15. If you want to lose weight, take your body weight and times it by 10. That's a really, really good place to start. And you get an idea, you know, everybody's different. Whoa, what am I doing? It's easy to figure out how much you need to eat. So you can guess your body fat. There's ways to tell. Just look up pictures. There's these pictures on the internet you can find that give you a range for men and women on your body fat percent. You can just take a guess. You can start there. Remember, protein really is a goal. You want to have the same protein every day. Fat will be the lever. Do you want to lose weight? You lower the fat. You want to gain weight? You increase the fat. Protein should never change. Carbs is a limit. I would recommend, if you're just starting out, 30 grams total for the day. And you'll come across a term called net carbs. In the beginning, don't worry about it. Total carbs per day. You're going to start reading labels. So 30 carbs per day, you're kind of limited, right? Basically, it's just like spinach and green vegetables. That's about it. Something else that I would recommend is in the beginning, don't look for keto desserts. Don't fall for the fat bomb thing, okay? Get your calories from whole food supplements. Don't worry about protein powders, don't worry about supplements, okay? Vitamin supplement is probably necessary. You should probably take one of those. I apologize if I just confused the hell out of you, but this is something that I do have a lot of passion about, and I can talk about it all day long. So if you have any questions, feel free to PM me. I will talk about it all day long. I'm not a doctor. I'm no professional. I get no money for this. But the more people I can help with this, the better. And you know, honestly, the keto diet isn't for everybody. The other thing that's really important, so I mentioned before, the goal is to become fat adapted. This means basically that your body prefers fat as fuel source. And so if you're really serious about this and you want to do it, I would recommend you go strict, super strict keto for 8 weeks. That'll get you through all the adaptation phases, because if you cheat, you basically have to start all over, and it'll take you a little bit longer to become fat adapted. Once you become fat adapted, cheat days aren't as bad. You shouldn't have them, but it's going to happen. We're human. I mean, there's no way you can be 100% strict all the time. Situations come up, and, you know, you have that slice of pizza. It's not the end of the world. Or you have that birthday cake. Who cares? Just the next day, you forget about it. The next day, you start over, okay? You know, I've been pretty good. For the last time that I cheated was me and my wife's anniversary, right? I had a badass burger and fries, and it was worth every single bite. I've been very, very, very strict until last night. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's been a very stressful couple of days. I had some ice cream. I had a shit ton of chocolate. I don't know if you heard of them. These things called bark thins. It's basically dark chocolate, and this one is with almonds and sea salt. Oh my god, they're so freaking good, but there's a lot of sugar. A lot of sugar. Not sure if I mentioned the blade I'm using, but it's the Captain Kai Pink. This is, am I in focus? This is the second official use on it. Right, let's see. I do like these blades, are nice. pretty good cream. So yeah, like I had mentioned, guys, again, I apologize for this. I'm really passionate about it. When I get passionate about something, sometimes I just start going off all over the place, you know. But there's a couple guys I honestly don't recommend you follow. No, they have done a lot of good for the ketogenic diet. One guy is Jimmy Moore. You know, he's got a book called The Obesity Code. It's good. Read it. It's a very, very good book. And it really opens up your eyes to what's going on with diet and stuff. But he's a person that pushes high fat and very low protein. Do something for me. If you're curious about, so a lot of people say that, let me wash my hand real quick. They say fat is more satiating, right? Because there's more calories in a gram of fat versus protein. Okay. But, do this. How many calories are in a tablespoon of butter? And how big is that? Now, take the equivalent calories into eggs. How big are that? How big is that? Which one do you think will last a bit longer in your tummy? Let's see here. Protein is very, very satiating. I practice another style of eating called intermittent fasting. Basically, I skip breakfast. And with all the protein that I eat, I do not get hungry. That's the other thing. You don't need to eat multiple times per day. It's not going to stoke the metabolism. Now, if you're a bodybuilder trying to put on some muscle, okay, maybe multiple times per day is a good thing. But for the average Joe, intermittent fast, skip breakfast. Have a decent, sensible lunch and dinner. You're not going to lose muscle. Your metabolism's not going to slow down. For the past 3 weeks, I have been doing something called, I have all my calories in one meal. It's a big meal. Don't get me wrong, it's a big meal. But it basically carries me over until the next day. I'm not telling you to jump to, you know, oh my God, I'm going to have 1 meal a day from now on. If that's what you'd like to do, do it. If it works for you, do it. So yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, please feel free to PM me. I can talk about this all day long. Damn chin, and right here too. Shoot. Right here. Still struggle with that spot. right there a little bit. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. That's the way. That's what I call a good shave. Nice weekend shave. That's what I needed. So I'm going to have some closing words for you here in a second. Keep in mind, fat, okay, carbs is the limit, protein the goal, fat is the lever. You can let that sink in a little bit. The other thing is chase results, not ketones. Peeing on a stick. I mean, some of the Facebook groups that I belong to now, they're like, dude, if you show a picture of us, of you peeing on a stick, we're not going to help you. Read the pin post. But no, seriously, I mean, in the beginning, it can tell you if you're right on the right track or not. But over time, that color is not going to be as bright as it once was because your body's going to start using the ketones and they become basically useless. The only true way to really test your ketone levels is by blood testing, and that's expensive. Each strip is like $5. Beautiful shave, man. Beautiful shave. I think I'm done, guys. Man, it's awesome. Can't get right there, but oh well. Let's see what I got left in the bowl. Let's see here. It kind of aired out on me a little bit. But maybe too much water. Or just dried out because I'm too slow. But I love this smell. Rinse off really quick. Nice, beautiful. Still have a little bit of oil on, so I'm gonna get some soap on my hand. Okay. So I hope I didn't bore you guys. The keto diet is actually a really good diet. And, you know, I mean, I think I said it before. The best diet is the one that you can stick with. I've been doing this diet for a while, and it's the only one that allows me to keep the weight off while I travel. Which is, well, that's saying something, because I go to places with, you know, traveling to Asia, a lot of rice. You gotta be smart. Be smart. Know what food you're eating. Also, keto diet is easy to follow. I mean, you have no excuses, honestly. I mean, everywhere you go, you can get a chicken salad, right? With some olive oil. You can get a burger, toss the bun, add an extra meat patty on there, add some bacon, some cheese. No big deal. All right, now something I'm kind of excited about. I don't use this too often. Am I dry? I'm dry. So just like do your research. Proraso post shave lotion. I think this one is called. I love it. Aftershave lotion. Yes. Oh God, I love this scent. Love this stuff. Yes. So if you guys are curious, I've got some really good information. I got some links I can send you. Something else that's also they've been finding out recently with the ketogenic diet. Now, it doesn't cure cancer, but what it does, it helps the chemotherapy on cancer patients. So, drink some water here. So they found out that cancer eats glucose, which is sugar, carbohydrate. If the body doesn't have any carbohydrate to begin with, the cancer has a hard time eating, and it makes chemotherapy a bit more effective. Ooh, that's the cream. Oh, I smell good. Here's the balm. So I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on with the ketogenic diet right now. But I highly recommend you do not fall into that trap of butter, okay? And really, really super high fats. Unless you need it for medical reasons, then okay, you'll need a super high level of ketones in your blood. But always ask yourself, if you're starting the ketogenic diet, ask yourself, do I want my body to burn body fat or table fat? I think that's something that people don't really think about. Don't take my word for it. Go to a couple websites, ketogains.com. It's a subreddit. It's a Reddit group. What else? There's a couple really good Facebook groups. Like I said, PM me if you're curious. Message me down below. I'll throw a couple links and stuff like that, okay? Alright guys, this has been long enough. Not my longest shave ever, but close. So this was the Art of Shave Sandalwood Travel Kit. Really good soap or cream. I bowl lathered in my Captain's Choice bowl. Took out all the hairs, no weepers, with this Kai copy. I'm just going to keep calling it a Kai copy because I think that's what it is, but it's okay. So that was Art of Shaving Sandalwood pre-shave oil. I'm not a big fan of oils, but I think it did pretty good today. The cream, shave cream, and then the aftershave balm. And of course, Proraso aftershave. Love that stuff. Alright guys, I think that's good. Let me show you this brush again. See, it's really, really floppy, so I mean, it's terrible. I don't like it. And it's pokey. It's pure badger, right? So it's not the greatest, but oh well. My daughter gave it to me, so it's kind of sentimental. Okay, everybody, that's it. I've rambled on long enough. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I don't know when my next video will be, but we'll see what happens. I've got some stuff coming in this week. I think that I'm kind of looking forward to it. So I may have to ask your guys' advice on what I should do with that, but we'll save that for another video. Okay, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, rest of your week, or enjoy your week. I think next weekend in the US we have Memorial Weekend, so sales, yay! Okay, everybody, take care, and as always, do not text and drive. Bye-bye.